Did you know that on average, bottled water costs $1.50 per bottle? This adds up to 1,900 times the price of tap water. In addition to its high price tag, toxic chemicals like BPAs can be released from the plastic in these bottles and are harmful when ingested. And they also cause environmental issues like air pollution from the production process and a buildup of trash from their disposal. Single-use plastic water bottles cause more harm than good, and we should all make an attempt to stop our usage. As I mentioned, these single-use bottles can get expensive, costing the average American more than $400 per year, and this adds up to over $100 billion spent per year by consumers on the bottled water. Research has shown that everyone on the planet could have safe drinking water at just a fraction of that price. Now, many will spend this money willingly because they think that the bottled water is safer and cleaner than the tap water from their homes. Surveys show that up to 35% of Americans who purchase bottled water do so because they think that it's safer. And this claim is actually false, as the United States has some of the cleanest and safest drinking water in the entire world. In contrast, single-use water bottles can release toxic chemicals at certain temperatures, and they are harmful when ingested. So think leaving a water bottle in your car, or when they are transported from the production to the consumer. Those chemicals heat up and they're released into the water that's stored in them. And some of these chemicals have been shown to be linked to breast and other cancers. Now, in addition to the damage being done to our wallets and our bodies, there is harm done to the environment in the production process and in the disposal process. The bottled water usage in 2004 was marked at nearly 28 billion bottles in 1 year. 86% of that ended up as garbage in landfills, on our streets, on our beaches, and in lakes, rivers, and oceans. And today, the usage has increased immensely to nearly 50 billion bottles per year. As well as the trash that's created, it took 17 million barrels of oil to produce those 28 billion plastic water bottles. And that much oil could power 100,000 cars for an entire year. And it contributed thousands of tons of carbon dioxide into the Earth's atmosphere. But there is something that we can do to stop contributing to these atrocious issues. We can start using reusable water bottles. Now, reusable water bottles are relatively cheap. I got these from the dollar store for literally $1, and they're free from the harmful chemicals in the single-use bottles like BPAs. So these are shown as being BPA free. So they are cost effective and they do not cause bodily harm like the single-use water bottles, and they can be used over and over again for long periods of time. So this would help lessen our personal contributions to the production of plastics and to the buildup of trash that they cause. And for those of you who would still like to filter your tap water but would like to ditch the single-use plastics, there's options for you as well. Brita and similar companies have came up with pitchers and personal use water bottles that filter your tap water. And you can also buy attachments for your sink to filter the tap water right as it comes out. If we don't stop using single-use plastic water bottles, we will be to blame in making the planet a harmful environment for future generations. If the upward trend of the production of single-use plastics remains ongoing, extreme amounts of carbon dioxide will be continuously released into the atmosphere, and this will speed up the global warming process. The streets and the beaches and all of Earth's water supplies will be too filled with plastic bottles to support life or for our children's children to be able to enjoy. So we can be the change that needs to be done, and we can encourage others around us to do the same. If the demand for single-use bottles decreases, so will the production, and then so will the pollution that comes with the production of them. We should increase our use of the reusable water bottles. And with that, we will also be reducing the amount of trash that we're leaving behind on this planet. Single-use plastic water bottles, they don't have many benefits to them, aside from that they're convenient. But unfortunately, that's just not enough to outweigh their harmful effects that they have. So these bottles are damaging to our bank accounts, our bodies, and our planet. So today, I challenge each one of you to take home one of these bottles and start using it instead of purchasing single-use plastics. And that way, we can be the change that the world desperately needs.